Alright, so I'm back playing KSP. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to talk through this. I'm going to actually record a lot of this in post for two reasons. One, it's just going to be me going back to the moon again. And two, because I want to watch some YouTube videos while I'm recording this. So that way I'm not bored out of my mind. So, alright, I'm going to shut up. We're going to record in post, and that way I don't have to worry about interruptions. Alright, well, I gotta say, despite me being a bit of idiot, everything actually on this mission went really rather well. I am going to have to send another mission back up, but you'll understand why in a moment. I also am going to reuse this design for the space capsule because it was actually really surprisingly good. I mean, I could easily make changes to it if I need to. And just kind of go from there. I mean, if I need to put bigger engines on, I can put bigger engines on. If I need to put different tanks on, all that. But it's all kind of like works. So I think what we're gonna do the next time around. It turns out it didn't actually need to refuel my space station. I actually, had quite a lot of monopropellant. Not to mention, I didn't think I was gonna have the fuel necessary to get there and do it. I mean, it just kind of would have been a waste of fuel, so I decided just to go ahead and shoot straight for the moon rather than waste time. So, yeah, I mean, it went surprisingly well, despite having never done this before. And field testing a new design, which anyone will tell you that testing out a new design in KSP is always risky because any number of things can go catastrophically wrong, which happens. I'd say carry the one probably about 100% of the time. So despite that, it all actually worked out in my favor, which was actually really good. So yeah, like I said, I'm definitely gonna end up reusing this design, just because I mean it worked so well that I should be able to adapt it for other things. Now I might try adding a few extra engines onto the side struts, just as kind of a way to you know tweak it just a bit. I mean, I didn't have a problem with power or fuel for that matter, but I did have a problem with, well, actually, I really didn't have a problem with fuel or anything like that. So I think we might try some other designs later, but what I really need to do is add more fuel to the bottom section, because having just that one tank on the bottom was not a good idea. I mean, you'll understand that mistake that I made earlier, that I mentioned earlier. You'll understand all of that, once I get up to the moon and into the lunar orbit. So, you'll get to watch all of the hilarity that ensues from me screwing up royally. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, it wasn't a bad mission. I mean, I achieved my goal of getting some extra science like I wanted to, and I mean, yeah, it went surprisingly well. Those little engines, the reason I used those instead of the bigger ones was because I did the math work, and the big engine does like 50 pounds of thrust, and those little ones only do 30. But I figured with two of them being 60 pounds of thrust versus that one engine's 30, and versus the one engine's 50, that would work a whole lot better. And yeah, I mean, in fact, it really worked out well for what I was trying to do. So I do need to attach a probe body to the bottom section next time I go do that, because that was part of the problem of that was partly what went wrong, was I didn't have any way of redocking with it. So I'm going to have to send a mission out to go collect the trash that's now floating in space. But I can send a mission out to go collect the trash that's floating around in space. You know, that's the cool part. So, yeah, aside from that, I mean, it was really just a simple launch to the moon. I mean, everything worked the way it was supposed to work, surprisingly enough, for KSP, because usually nothing ever works the way it's supposed to work in KSP. And, yeah, I mean, I got the Midland Science. Now I need to get back to the moon again, surprise, surprise, and collect science from... Oh, there's a couple craters and other various things that... places that I need to go to collect science from the moon. But after that, I think we should almost be ready to head out to Minmus here in a little bit, because I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we could easily make the trip out to Minmus. So, you know, we'll do that, I think, next time around. I also got to say, while I'm doing this little post-editing recording, I have noticed a few things. So, like, I use Windows Movie Maker to make my videos. And so what you're seeing and what I'm seeing as I'm recording are two completely different things. Like right now, at this moment, I'm still in the construction lab, still building the rocket. I have no idea where it's going to be, but at this point, I'm probably going to be getting ready to head towards the moon with the rocket, or already heading towards the moon with the rocket by the time you see this. It's not exactly ideal, because it does mean that certain things get thrown off. But of course, when I do the time acceleration, it changes how long the video is, and I do the recording, and I don't know, it skips around a little bit on my screen, but of course it shows up all nice and smooth for you guys. So there's that. And I also use Fraps, which does take up quite a lot of space and is a huge CPU drain. But, you know, it's kind of the price you pay. I will be upgrading my computer as soon as possible, hopefully. I have some new memory on the way, or at least I should have some new memory on the way. For reasons I don't understand, Newegg has decided that... Because what happened was I ordered the wrong memory, and I thought I was ordering 2 8-gig sticks, when in actuality I was ordering 2 4-gig sticks. It was me. I was trying to do a comparison and clicked on the wrong thing and added it to my cart and purchased it and all that. That was totally and completely my fault. And, yeah, I just... You know, for some reason they don't... they're not showing... I mean, they sent FedEx the tracking information, but... when I realized I had made the mistake was just after they sent me the tracking information, and it says FedEx received the tracking information, but I'm not getting any other information from them beyond that. So I don't know. I mean, I'll have to definitely try and get a hold of them and figure out what's going on there. So yeah, I mean, I got new memory coming. I'm currently running an i5 Sandy Bridge, but the video editing stuff, it eats up like probably about... I mean, my processor sits on average at about 87% usage when I'm editing these videos, when it's actually making the videos so then I can post it onto YouTube. So I'm going to try and swap out to the i7 and see if maybe having the extra cores and all that stuff is, you know, will help out as far as the editing goes. And then, of course, I want to get another graphics card. I definitely want to get my hands... I believe it's the 960. I'll have to double check. But it's one of the NVIDIA graphics cards that, like, it only uses like it only requires like 140 watts of power, which is insane. So I'm definitely going to try and get my hands on that, like, as soon as possible. So, you know, a lot of big spending going on. Then, not to mention, you know, I've got work on my car and stuff like that. I'm still going to try my best to do the recordings, but I should probably warn you guys now that it might take a little bit for me to upload before I, you know, get some stuff ready to upload, because at least for this week, this coming week, so the week that this video is being posted, I'm going to be working 5 12-hour shifts. Okay? 5 12-hour shifts. That's 60 hours for, you know, anyone who can't do the math. On my feet, 60 hours, demolding tiles. It's not going to be fun. Okay? There's no definition of fun that is going to even vaguely come into play here. So, yeah, I'm going to be really, really tired. I'm going to be really exhausted. And there's a good chance I might not actually do any recordings at all this coming week, which means I won't have anything to post for next week, which only sucks because, you know, I like doing the recordings and stuff like that. It's just, it's the work. I mean, and the only reason I'm doing the work is because of, I'm writing a book, and, you know, it's not at the point where it can sustain my current lifestyle. So, until my book is finished, I have to have a job. Now, granted, I could probably go out and find like a publisher or something like that and do all that. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's a very, very, very bad idea, because that's how you get yourself trapped into contracts and stuff like that, where now something you love doing is now something that you have to do because somebody says, hey, I got to have this right now. So, you know, you kind of have that bit of, I mean, it's not really a catch-22 in a sense, but I mean, you basically lose your control over you know, the control over what you're doing. So I'm writing the book. I'm going to get the book finished, and I fully anticipate having to self-publish my book, but I would like to find a publisher, chiefly because I would like to have a hard copy for myself, you know, as something to, I mean, I really don't even know the best way to put it. I mean, I would like a hard copy, because most self-publishing things now are via, you know, the Google Play Store, or, and I don't even remember what the Apple one is. I think, okay, the iStore, yeah, that's right. So, I'm working on stuff like that, but, you know, it may or may not go well. And like I said, I mean, the fact is, I'm not writing this book for anybody else. I'm writing it for myself, because I have a hard time finding books I'm interested in. So it occurred to me one day, I said, well, if I can't find something I'm interested in, why don't I write something that I would be interested in reading? And, you know, it just kind of took off from there. So, also, if anybody saw the Space Engineers video, right, that is just a brief sort of short. Like I said in the video, I'm not planning on doing anything with that until January at the absolute earliest. And I mean, I'm still not even anticipating January. I mean, it'll be several months before I do anything with that. I mean, I've started work on the script, but between 12-hour work shifts, recording videos for YouTube, trying to learn Japanese, writing my book, writing the script for the Space Engineer stuff, you know, I've got quite a lot, and the thing is, I'm actually planning on adding even more to it. So, you know, some of the stuff that I can put on the back burner, I want to put on the back burner. And like I said in the Space Engineers video, it's a case of I want to wait until the game is out primarily, so that way I don't have to worry about any of the mods causing crashes or anything like that, and I don't have to worry about trying to find explanations for why something changed. So like maybe they decide, you know, hey, the heavy metal block isn't what the texture isn't what we quite wanted, so we're gonna have a different heavy metal block. So that is gonna be kind of an issue. You know, I don't want to have to worry about all of that stuff like right away. So I'm gonna put that on the back burner, work on it when I work on it, you know, do what I can. And for the most part, like I said, it's just my goal in life right now is I'm trying to get myself away from doing manual labor, which I've done for 16 years. Okay, like it's been nothing but one manual labor job after another, after another, after another. I like working on my car, but I don't want to do that professionally because I've seen too many people get into beater cars after, you know, working on cars all day, and you're like, why don't you fix your car? And it's, well, I work on cars all day, so the last thing I want to do when I get home is work on another car, you know? It's kind of hard to explain, but I mean, it's taking something that you love doing and then doing it in such excess that it's no longer fun for you to do. So, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into play in it, and I just really don't want to get myself burned out on doing the car work, which is why I don't do the car work. I'm not planning on sticking out this job indefinitely. In fact, I'm actually planning on probably leaving sometime around April. Chiefly because, like I said, with everything that I've got coming up, with everything I've got going on, all the writings and stuff like that, you know, I need time to work, and I'm not getting it having to be up. Like I said, this coming week, I'm going to have to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not going to get off until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I mean, I have to be up at 3 so I can be at work by 4, and then I'm not getting off until 4, you know, and all this is because, well, it's a measuring contest, if you catch my drift, you know. Two people have decided that, you know, they have issues with each other, which, don't get me wrong, are actual legitimate issues, but it's something that we need to address. It's something that the company needs to address, not that needs to go bouncing between two individuals. So, but like I said, that's basically kind of what I have coming up. I will still be trying to do the KSP stuff, and I'm actually going to base everything that I do on kind of what's more popular on my channel right now. So my KSP stuff seems to be kind of popular, so I'm going to probably end up keeping that when Dragon Age Inquisition comes out. I know I keep saying Dragon Age 2. Don't ask me why. I just somehow, for some reason, got that on my mind. But, yeah. So that's basically kind of what I'm planning on doing. Anything that I have that is going to... that's not really that popular, that's not really that high up on the list, I'll swap that out for Dragon Age, or I might just go ahead and add Dragon Age to it, because I mean, I really don't do any recordings on Monday, just because, you know, I really don't have the time to do a recording on Monday, and I like, you know, to have Monday so I can kind of relax a little bit, and that's pretty much all there really is to it. So, as you can see, everything, although it didn't go as planned for the video, for this, you know, little mission here, everything did work out well. So, you know, I ended up making it back. I have debris left in orbit I have to go take care of. So, what I'll do is I'll set up the next mission. I will go in, find that debris, collect it, take it back to the planet, let it burn up, destroy itself, and whatnot. So, I'll let you guys watch the rest of the video in silence and peace. And to that, I say, sayonara.